Facts First presents Never Argue with a Gay Flight Attendant. This one's gonna be good. I would argue that you never argue with a flight attendant, period, but gay flight attendant? This is gonna be exciting. Before we get into the video, though, how about you do us a favor and click that like button, whether you're gay or not. And also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Working in the airline industry comes with a variety of unique challenges. Hectic schedules, disgruntled passengers, complex company policies, etc. The job is not as easy as it looks, but rules and regulations, they still have to be followed no matter what they are. Failure to comply with those rules and regulations can land passengers and employees in hot water, even if they're a few thousand feet above the ground. And apparently, arguing with a flight attendant is a seriously terrible idea. In the wake of 9/11 and amidst contentious debates about gay rights, being haughty to a gay airline employee is not going to get you very far. A homosexual flight attendant's response to such egregious behavior recently went viral, and there's good reason for it. So here's how it all went down. The flight attendant came sauntering down the aisle to his intercom and confidently announced in a playful tone that the plane would be landing. He called his guests lovely people and asked them nicely to put up their tray tables, saying that would be super. Now, for an employee of the often hectic hospitality industry, he certainly had a terrific personality, was very friendly. I'm not seeing any issues with this. But his congeniality went unappreciated by one particular passenger, and chaos nearly ensued had it not been for this flight attendant's quick wit. Snobbish passengers. They're par for the course for any airline, but one traveler took things way too far. She was a well-dressed diva, and that must have gone to her head. Above the law, she thought, she ignored the flight attendant as if she never said a word. She didn't move a single muscle as he made his important announcement over the intercom. It was as if she'd already taken off on her voyage in her head, unrestrained from bad behaviors that the rest of us would be downright ashamed of. After being asked nicely by our homespun hero, the impervious passenger flat-out refused to do what was requested of her. And not only that, but she chose to speak condescendingly to this flight attendant as well. The flight attendant patiently repeated his request, rightfully expecting the passenger to happily agree. Unfortunately, this proved to be too much of an exercise for the woman and a giant exercise in futility for the flight attendant. So that's when things get interesting. Here's where it all went wrong. Staring up at the frustrated flight attendant with disdain in her eyes, this pretentious passenger stated that she's called a princess in her country, adding that she therefore takes orders from nobody. Now, any other time, a statement like that would make somebody shut up immediately, but not our favorite gay flight attendant. Almost as though inspired by divine intervention, the feisty fella, who was later described as an extremely cordial man possessing an innate ability to put other passengers in a great mood, clapped back without missing a beat. The plane began to descend on schedule, and the snappy princess kept refusing to comply, and our gay flight attendant finally lost his cool in the sassiest, classiest, perhaps funniest way possible. He looked right at that self-proclaimed princess with her tray table fully erected, condescendingly called her sweet cheeks, and then proceeded to tell her that he's called a queen in his country, therefore he outranks her. Now, that may have been enough to change the princess's mind, but the flight attendant added a bit more. He added up a "tray up, bitch" before giving her the death stare. Man, you should have seen the look on her privileged and prejudiced face as she fumbled for her tray. I would have paid money to be a fly on the wall on this one. While the rest of the plane's passengers, at least those within earshot of the epic exchange, pausely briefed to comprehend what had just happened, and then all of them burst out in a roar of laughter. Naturally, it became the source of whispers and snickers as the plane completed its landing routine. Needless to say, Princess Plane Wreck finally put her tray up without further argument. It was a day that will live forever in airline infamy, or will at least live in the annals of internet sensations for a few weeks. Well, regardless of the turmoil on board, the vessel reached its destination incident-free and everyone exited with their carry-on in hand, and with lighter hearts and a lofty regard for the flight attendant who put Miss Priss in her place for the sake of their safety. Just goes to show you that airline protocol, it's the same no matter who you are. where you come from, or what your title is. Passenger, princess, or queen, we all have to live by the same airline rules and regulations. Subscribe for more.